Native.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me about the React Native architecture, how it bridges JavaScript and native code?
Okay, generally, so React Native newer architecture used for the performance optimization. React Native architecture generally based on the three thread. First of the the main our JavaScript thread, JavaScript thread, and shadow thread, and the UI thread. Like the when we are making any changes in our code, our all the JavaScript code load into the like JavaScript thread. After the JavaScript thread, the code goes into the shadow thread, where are the all the calculation has been done. After that, for the rendering, our code goes into the main thread, which is the UI thread, where the all code renders.
No. So my question was how it bridges JavaScript with native code.
Yeah, actually, just for breathing the JavaScript into native code, there are the bridge of the there are the bridge concept available, which is convert the JavaScript code into the native code with the help of the bridge.
Okay. So you need to what you need to do in bridge?
Yeah, we don't need to do in the bridge. Bridge is converting the JavaScript code into the native code. For Android, there are the Java and Kotlin, and for the iOS, it is Swift and Objective C.
Okay. So can you give me the steps like how it first rendering happens, then native module, then event handling, how happens?
Sir, can you repeat it?
So can you tell me the steps? How rendering occurs, then how native module it goes, then how event handling occurs?
I actually, sir, I the for the like the rendering code, I already explained with the thread.
Yeah.
Thread is generally used for the rendering or the React Native code, like the JavaScript thread, shadow thread, native main thread,
Huh.
which is used for the rendering, main rendering.
Okay. What about native modules for operation that require a native API
Yeah,
call?
actually, sir, generally native model is used for like we are not able to do anything in the our React Native. In that case, we need to create the native module, and the native module for the Android native module created in the Java or Kotlin. For iOS, it is created in the Swift or Objective-C. And for creating the native module, we need to create some files and some folder. For creating native module inside the Android folder, inside the app, src main, Java form, or our app name, we need to create one file, which is our base file for registering our packages. Then we are how much native module we are creating, we need to register that package in our native module code. Like the after creating the base file, we need to create our main native file where we are adding all our React Native code. After creating that native file, we need to register in our base file. After that, from the React Native, there is the native module which is available. After, with the help of that, we can use our native code in our React Native.
Okay. What is the difference between use effect and component did mount?
Yeah, actually, sir, if you're talking about the use effect, the component did mount the use effect is the hook concept of hooks, which is provided in the React Native functional component. And the component did mount is the component lifecycle method that used in the class component, can't be used in the function component. Both are the same. If you're talking about the use effect, in the use effect, the statement before the use effect, there is a return statement also, which is like the component will unmount. The part before the return statement is the same as the component did mount. Component did mount and the use effect is same, but the return part for the use effect, it is generally the component will unmount part.
Okay. How do you send params from one screen to another screen?
Yeah, for we can passing param while navigating from one screen to another screen, we can pass the param inside the screen, inside the curly braces. And for using inside the another screen, we can use the use route, we can use the use route hook, or we can directly inherit it from brackets, like the route dot params.
Okay. How can you make concurrent parallel API calls?
Like a concurrent parallel API gives me like the multiple API calls at the one time, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. For like the calling the 5 API at the same time, I we can use the promise.all method for calling the multiple API at the same time.
Okay. And so how can you handle long running API calls?
Yeah, actually, sir, for like the handling the wrong running API calls, I can use the like the skeleton loader or the place any kind of loader for the like the long running API calls, or user give some type of animation, loading animation.
Okay.
Or we can also use the caching also with the help of the React query, or store the data in the Redux.
Okay. Can use callback improve performance in React Native?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Use callback will improve the performance in the React Native, but use callback is used for like the optimize our functions, so it will not render every time when the state change. And there are the dependency array also provided in the use callback. The thing that dependency array do is that whenever the dependency change, it will trigger the re-render for our particular only function.
Okay. How background threads works in React Native?
Which thread, sir?
Background threads.
Sir, I don't know about the background threads.
Okay. So how do you handle sensitive data in React Native?
So for storing the sensitive data in the React Native, there are the React Native encrypted storage, React Native crypto, and this type of package are available for the storing the sensitive data or keychain also.
Okay. Wow. So do you know prop drilling?
Yes, sir. Prop drilling is a kind of situation which is make our code messy. Prop drilling situation is generally occur when we are passing our data from one screen to another screen and passing data into the multiple screens for the same time.
Okay, how can you avoid it?
Yeah, for avoiding the prop dealing situation, we can use like the Redux context API Redux toolkit.
Okay, you will read. Is there any other way?
Yeah, actually, we can use any kind of storage for avoiding this prop dealing like already you context API Redux toolkit. There are the also other method also like the SQLite or Watermelon DB other kind of data storage.
Have you used static code analysis in React Native?
Which analysis?
What tool you use for doing static code analysis?
Actually, sir, in my sir, we can use the Firebase and we can generally use the Firebase analytics for like the analytics for our application. But in my current company, we are using the one we are using which one we are using the one signal.
No,
Okay, sir, one signal and clever tab.
no. So have you used ESLint? I do not know Firebase. Do you? I've never seen Firebase used for static analysis.
Okay, sir. If you're talking about the code analysis, there, yeah. If you're talking, sir, if you said analysis, so I mean like our app analysis, some performance, how much user. I heard this kind of analysis. But if you're talking about the code analysis, so in that case, there is ESLint used, which is like the provide lots of the rules for our JavaScript code, like
Okay.
using the indentation every time. Do not declare the variable before using it, and this kind of stuff. ESLint provide the lots of like our boundaries for it and rules.
So what CI/CD tool you will recommend for React Native project?
Yeah, actually, generally, sir, CI/CD tools is used for the backend for the or like the automate the system. But in the for the front end, the CI/CD tools is generally used for automating the builds. And I have used the GitHub Copilot action for like the automate the Android build. You need to write some in the YAML file. Need to write some script for it. Like whenever we are pushing the code into the branch, it will automatically create the build.
Okay. How do you debug styling issues in React Native app?
Actually, for debugging the styling issues, the in a React Native, when we are press the D, we are get a one kind of like the open debugger, and for the styling issue, there is a one tab available. If we click on it, it will we can debug the styling issue inside our simulator or emulator.
What is that? I cannot hear you. What is that?
Actually, sir, when we are cross the D and in our emulator or simulator, we will get a kind of tab where there are the lots of option available. First of the our open debugger, performance monitor, and there are the one or two option which is used. I don't remember the name at the moment, but there are the one or two option available. With the help of that, we can debug styling issues.
Okay. How do you implement responsive font size in React Native?
Yeah, for like the improving the like the responsiveness in our application, I will use the height and width from the dimension API, or we can use the React Native moderate scale npm package.
How do you implement iOS only or Android only styles in React Native?
Yeah, both I Android and iOS both styles.
No, no. My question is, how do you implement
Yeah.
iOS only or Android only styles?
Okay, like for the particular iOS only on the Android only style, there are the platform which is available from the React Native. We can use inside it like the platform.os. After that, we can use the Android and iOS style inside it for the particularly Android and iOS.
Okay. How do you make React Native App compatible with multiple device size?
Yeah, actually, for the like the for the styling and the responsiveness, make the React Native compatible for multiple devices. I will make sure I will use the modular scale, and you using the like the instead of using static and height and width, I will use the flex box using the flex property, or the giving the like the responsive height and width every time using React Native modular scale, or the using the height and width from the dimension.
Okay. How do you handle differences in navigation behavior between iOS and Android?
Yeah, like for the difference, I don't think there is any difference between the navigation in the iOS and Android, sir. Sir, can you please specify the question? Maybe I didn't get, sir.
Handling difference in navigation between Android and iOS?
No, sir, I don't think there is a like the handling on the navigation in the Android iOS. We can like the navigate from the like the navigation dot navigate or reset from one screen to another screen.
No, there could be scenario. Uh, it could come that there could be different navigation in Android and iOS.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, for the particular Android iOS for the like the Android, we need to navigate on the
Let's
another screen
consider
for the iOS.
you are building a social app, and that has a
Yeah,
bottom tab navigation bar with three tabs. Okay,
yeah.
and
Hmm.
three tabs. So with home and like home notification and profile. So in
Yeah.
iOS, so the app needs to handle some specific platform scenario. Okay, in iOS,
Hmm.
like swipe gesture, iOS allows swipe back and left edge, screen, all the things. Okay, in Android does not give that. In Android, it gives hardware back button, drawer menu. So how will handle this?
Yeah, sir, if you're talking about the bottom bar, the React Native bottom bar is also worked on the iOS and the application for like the handling the gesture. There is a gesture handler available for it.
Okay, so how it will so only it will work for iOS, not for Android?
Yeah, actually, yeah, there is a back press which is the not work on the iOS. It is work on the Android only. There is some back press issue in the while using the model. Sir, there are some back press. That there are the back press also available for the React Native.
Okay.
Hmm.
How does Harms improve performance in React Native app?
Yeah, actually, sir, Hums is a JavaScript engine which is used for the debugging, and it is generally used for the faster performance. Hums.
Okay, how it improves?
Yeah, sir, I don't know like the too much inside like the Hums, how it improves.
Okay.
Mm.
How do you optimize the animation for iOS and Android in React Native?
Yeah, actually, for the optimizing the any animation, if you are using the like the inbuilt animation, which is the provided by the React Native, the inbuilt animation, we can use the use native driver too. It will improve the performance, or I think we can use the React Native reanimated package.
Okay. How can you manage global start in React Native application?
Yeah, for managing global state in the React Native application, we can use the Redux or toolkit.
Okay. What are the challenges in managing state in React Native app?
Yeah, like the challenge, like the challenges while making the like the for using the Redux and the toolkit, the challenges we are facing is that we can't store the data particularly where our application, like when we are closing our application, our data is gone. So in that case, for the in the Redux, we need to use the persistent